By studying motivation, psychologists are developing more useful theories for predicting human behavior. At the same time, they have begun to unlock the secrets that help us increase our motivation and reach for the stars.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Some people's achievements win them a place in history.
When astronauts went to the moon,
Others achieve their goals without much fanfare, but with great personal satisfaction. And yet we've all known people who seem to be unable to set goals, much less achieve them. How can we explain the difference? After many years of research, noted psychologist Albert Bandura says the answer can be found in our sense of self-efficacy.
Well, self-efficacy is people's beliefs in their capabilities. And that differs from self-confidence. I can be highly confident for reasons that have nothing to do with my with ability. I expect people to help me a lot. I expect that those who will be evaluating my performance may be quite lenient and so on. So efficacy is really concerned with people's beliefs in their capabilities to exercise some measure of control over their life.
Remember the old adage, you can if you think you can. In essence, this is what self-efficacy boils down to. Believe in your abilities, and you'll be able to accomplish much more than someone with the same abilities who lacks self-confidence.
I treat self-efficacy as the foundation of human motivation and action. Unless people believe that they can exercise control by their actions, they have little incentive to act or to persevere in the face of difficulty. So whatever other factors may guide and motivate us, they're rooted in the core belief that we have the power to effect change by our actions.
Well, the race was a wonderful race. It was a beautiful day. I started off a little weak from the cold or whatever it was I've had the last few days. So about halfway through the marathon, at the halfway point, I was wondering if I was going to be able to finish.
Efficacy affects the level of goals we set for ourselves. It affects our commitment to those goals and affects how we respond when our performances fall short of those goals. Those who have high efficacy redouble their efforts, and those who have low efficacy tend to become discouraged and demoralized.
When I start feeling like I might not make it, I just try to keep going, and I'll just walk as much as I need to, and if I have to, I just keep walking. But usually after you walk for a little while, you get your wind back. You start running again, start off slow, and then you just run and walk until you get to the end.
Human well-being and motivation and accomplishments requires an optimistic view of one's efficacy. And the reason for this is our daily realities are strewn with conflicts, setbacks, frustrations, impediments, and inequities. So you can't afford to be a realist. Realists either forgo the effort, or they abort their efforts prematurely if they run into difficulties, or they become cynics about change.
During the last 11 years, while I've been running, I've had my knee operated on 2 times, the same knee, both arthroscopic surgeries. The doctor who actually did the surgery, he was excited. He said normally they have a trouble getting people who have surgeries to get back into motion and action, normal action. And in my case, he said it was a different challenge trying to hold me back. The first time I had the surgery, it was 55 days later that I ran my first marathon after the knee surgery. A year later, I had to have the surgery on the same knee again, and this time I was running a marathon in 50 days after the surgery.
So if you look at those who are successful, who are innovators, who are non-despondent, and who are social reformers, they really have a fairly optimistic belief that they can effect change. And I think H.G. Wells put it well when he said, reasonable people adapt to the world, unreasonable ones try to change it. Human progress depends on the unreasonable ones.